Hello, 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 and welcome to the Sandra Glosser Show. You might be wondering why I'm surrounded by all these doggy kinds of things. This is Paco. It's his birthday show. Dog lovers, you'll love this show. If you're not a dog lover, give the remote to a dog lover. On my couch over here, I've got a make-believe audience. We've got 4 dogs of, they're the Dualian dogs of Red Mountain, Smuggler Mountain, and the Aspen Golf Course, and they're our friends. And Mommy, Merle, and Tatty, yep. And to my left is Eric. Eric is the owner of Patty Wax, and he's come here today to celebrate Paco's birthday, to bring lots of toys and treats for all the doggies. And Eric, you're going to talk to us about the aging of dogs.
Yes.
So my understanding is that now that Paco is going to be 5, does that put him in a different category of age?
Well, he really is coming into his adult life. At about 6, we really start thinking about life stage changes. Okay. And it really depends so much upon the size of the dog. What we're learning now is that the smaller the dog, actually, the younger they are, due to the age equation. One used to think it was a strict 7 years per year of our lives for a dog, but it really does vary some, is what we're finding out. And the younger dogs tend to grow older slowly, or more slowly than the larger dogs.
Okay, well, before I have you go into that with more depth, I do want us to sing happy birthday to Paco.
Yes, we
if
must.
The dogs over there are ready. And I have a little help here. So when he starts singing, y'all may please join in. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Day, dear Paco. Happy birthday to you. Yes, happy birthday, Paco. And Paco's got his mastodon. He has to have his mastodon.
What is that?
For his birthday. Well, it's our snowmass mastodon. Oh. You know, we're just, everybody has to have a mastodon.
Well, now we have one. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So do you want to maybe start where people might start to see changes in their dogs as they go from one stage to the next?
As dogs mature, we really start to see a change, like I said, at about 6 years old. And what we start seeing is metabolism really slows down. Oh. And that's when the potential for gaining weight quickly can start to happen. So we really need to monitor their diets.
Okay. And for my viewing audience, you might hear barking in the background. This is Aspen, no problem. It's a dog birthday party. Okay,
everybody's celebrating.
That's right.
So when dogs, usually one would consider a dog grown at about a year old, but between 1 and 5, they are still maturing in a lot of ways. And internally, their organs are settling in, their joints have formed, and they've come into their full adult life. So at 6, that's when we start seeing the need to potentially change a diet. Okay. And also start thinking about supplementation more. Supplementation really can do a lot for helping the animal's internal life, so to speak.
I have a question.
Yes.
When I talk to my friends who have dogs about having Paco's teeth cleaned, they laugh at me. And if you start talking about supplementation, they're going to laugh even harder. So is this like vitamin supplementation that people take? Vitamins
and minerals, very much there's a crossover between the pet industry and what we would consider human supplements. In fact, glucosamine and chondroitin sulfate, which are used for joint health, were originally tested on dogs, then put into the human market, and then in the last 10 years we have seen them come back to the pet market. And it is one of the key supplements that are used for mobility. And we even have them built into the pet foods.
Right.
In a lot of cases.
And at what age should they start on?
Well, it depends on the breed. A large breed, they may actually get some as they are in their puppy stages. It is used more as a preventative in that regard. And glucosamine hydrochloride, which is kind of like the wonderful sponge that it creates a cushion within the joint, is actually a completely inert, it's a totally non-toxic substance. Mm-hmm. It will actually be formed into glucose once processed, and you cannot get too much of it.
Is there a rift or an agreement between your traditional veterinarians and more avant-garde people like yourself?
Well, there is a lot of synergy actually at this point. The veterinarians are starting to become more aware of nutrition and how it affects the overall health and the aging of a dog. And many of the vets in our area, luckily, are very open to alternative medicine or Eastern-style medicine, or just using nutrition as a preventative rather than pharmaceuticals.
Okay. Do you want to start showing us some of the... I know
Sure.
you've got something over there that's a deer paw or something that's for older dogs. I don't remember what you told me.
Well, what I have several items here. One of the keys for keeping a dog healthy, or happy anyways, is to give them a way that you can assist them. And right now, as dogs, especially the larger dogs, get immobile in their older lives, we have ways to assist them. And this is a wonderful harness produced by Roughwear, and it has a handle on the back. And as dogs get older, it is hard for them to climb into vehicles. Or while you're hiking, you can assist them, and it's a very comfortable harness. It fits snugly, and we can sort of help them up over the ledges or into a car that can be very difficult as one gets older, especially overweight.
A 70-pounder?
This actually could fit up to a 110-pound dog.
Really?
Yeah. And
do you want to hold it up to the camera? So that
yeah, it is.
It's like a baby swing.
It is a true harness, and they actually have one that's even more heavy duty than this, which is used for top roping your dog, for actually rappelling with your dog and mountain climbing. Not very many people will use that one, but it is available.
Are you saying that mountain climbers their dogs climb with them?
On occasion, this is happening, especially for people like Mountain Rescue.
Right.
This is another product that is used for assisting an older gentleman or woman that we can aid them in walking down the street. There's a neurological disorder that happens in older dogs where the spinal cord gets pinched, and they start to lose a sensation in their back paws, or sometimes even their front paws. And what happens is their paw will turn over, and this will actually aid the dog owner in assisting the dog down the street so that they can stay mobile.
So with big dogs, what would be an age that
would happen? This is more like around 10 or 12 that starts to occur in some larger dogs. It is. There are several other systems like this one. This one just happened to be one that I had on hand to bring up. And it is a dual system. There's sort of a front carrier and a back carrier, and you can put a shoulder strap on and assist them as you're walking.
I have another question. In the larger dogs, there are some dogs that age better than others, like Maltese, greyhounds, your labs, your golden retrievers, on and on and on. which ones tend to not age as well for the older dogs?
Well,
Like the St. Bernards and...
the joint health is so important right now. We have seen a proliferation of diets built for large breed dogs and giant breed dogs. And what they have done is they've restricted the protein and the fat and changed the calorie count so that they don't grow quite as fast. Now, that is all true in theory, and it is a very easy solution for the large breed dog owners. We can also achieve the exact same result using regular adult food, transitioning from a puppy style diet quicker, and that way there are more diets available to the large breed dog owners.
Okay. What else you got?
Well, some of the older dogs, unfortunately, get a little bit incontinent as they grow older. Yes.
That's what depends
and
for dogs.
This is a product that is wonderful. It's a washable diaper for dogs. And if a dog is a leaker or just cannot hold it long enough, something like this can be a real help.
What if he's just like a wee dog?
What do you mean by a wee dog?
Well, Paco tends to, you know, I mean, is he too small to put one of those on?
No, they have sizes all the way down to toy.
Really?
And all of them have the little tail hole, and makes it a little bit more comfortable. The smaller sizes, they're actually 2 in a package, which is nice because then you can have one in the wash and one on, if necessary. And it's just a management tool.
I love it.
You know, for a lot of folks, it really saves their homes. And
can
that's
people wear
very
them
important.
as well?
Well, it may be a little bit crunchy compared to
okay.
the human style ones, and I always have a hard time figuring out where to put my tail.
I have been told that they now make them for men.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yes.
As well as women. So
yeah.
That's always nice to know.
And so that is another option or a product that is available for the older guys. Now, over here, I had a product that was also a pheromone. A plug-in pheromone to kind of calm the dogs down. One of the unfortunate results of aging is sometimes nervousness. And a dog will sometimes get a little bit anxious, or as they grow older, when we leave them for longer periods of time. We're having a party down there. And so the pheromones can really help manage the anxiety that builds up in the dogs.
Are you ready for an pheromone right now?
Maybe so. At least Rescue Remedy, you know. Rescue Remedy is another calming aid. Bach flower remedies,
right?
100% natural, and for those dogs that are on the nervous side, that's a really great way to.
And you plug it in, and it permeates.
Well, for the pheromones, yes. Yeah. The pheromones will dissipate through a room over about a month's time, and it just tends to put them back in the driver's seat, so to speak.
Okay.
Which is a nice, you know, when you're off skiing or doing something else and didn't get to bring the dog, it's nice to have them calm when you do come home.
Right. Okay.
Let's see, what else did I bring? I have a new product here. This is also for the anxious dogs. This is called the Thunder Shirt. And for many dogs, separation anxiety can be a major detractor for not only themselves but the owner, and it can be very disconcerting. So what this product does is it is a coat that snuggles the dog, and it gives them a wonderful hug. And when all the studies have shown that if a dog is more aware of their body, they tend to be more calm. And so that's what this product does. It gives them a big hug.
And what's it made of?
It is a Lycra substance.
Lycra.
Yeah, it's a cotton with Lycra in it, and it stretches over them.
It says for travel anxiety as well. So instead of having to give them what people give them, they just put a little coat on them. Mm-hmm. And they come in all sizes?
Yes, all the way from 12 pounds and under down up to over 100 pounds.
Hey!
And they're very easy to employ. All have they just slip over the head and have Velcro around the belly, and just give them a nice hug.
How much are those?
About $40. And
in all sizes? Mm-hmm. So if you get a little one, it's not less?
It may be a little less. I honestly, I'm not remembering offhand. But the larger size here is 40.
Okay. Something just came to my mind that I'd like to tell the audience, and maybe y'all sitting in their make-believe audience. If you go into Timbo's Pizza Place in Basalt, which is next to 7-Eleven, he will, and mention the show, mention you saw Paco's birthday.
Mention the show.
Yes, and you saw Eric talking about his dog store and treats and whatever. You will get a free topping for your pizza. So I wanted to mention that.
And if you mention the show at our store, we'll give you a coupon, actually, for a free pizza.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So somebody could come in and say, well, I saw the show, and then you go, well, what was it about? And they go, I don't know, because somebody told them to come into your... So should there be like a password or something?
They have to mention Paco.
Oh.
The world famous Paco.
He will be.
Paco is the best. Yes.
Okay, so I see some other things over there.
Well, I did bring a couple of more things. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that there are actually canine first aid kits, and you know, as dogs grow up, the incidence of accidents goes up as well. So everybody should have sort of an arsenal of medical supplies on hand that they can use with their dogs. Whether you bring it with you on your hikes or just have it at home for when you get back, it's a very important thing, because one's paws can get poked or tear a nail. There are so going through a barbed wire fence. There are so many potential.
Yeah. My next door neighbors,
accidents.
Bernie's. Mm-hmm. They went on a hike and the dog found a bone in the middle of the path, and that was it.
Choked on the bone.
Yeah.
Well, that would, unless they had forceps or
Right.
be able to reach down that doggy's throat, that may not have been easy to solve immediately. But I'm sure that having some sort of medical kit would have helped the situation.
And so many people around here take their dogs hiking.
Yes.
Into the backwoods too, so that's really a neat thing.
Yep, and it comes with antiseptic and bandages and a number of different just items that you may need. Benadryl for an allergic reaction. That is always a good item to have within one's medical kit.
Thank you. Very
You're
nice.
welcome.
What are those two, that orange and green
Oh,
things?
I just had to bring them along. We had to have some festivities for Paco. Gumby and Pokey.
Gumby and Pokey.
Yes, if the old claymation.
Are they hard or are they squeeze?
Well, they're rubber.
Oh.
They're rubber. We have Gumby and Pokey toys now. It's just fun. The toy industry has gone into the retro. The ideas, and
I can't believe
it's
some of
just
the
so
toys
much
you
fun.
have over there. You've got this huge turkey, which I think is so fun.
Oh, that turkey should have made the trip today. I think Triceratops made it instead. But turkey was...
Do dogs actually play with that?
Oh my gosh, yes.
The big dogs.
All dogs will
But
play
that's
with
bigger
it.
than Paco.
Paco would have a ball with it.
You think it was another dog?
And he may just have more fun that way.
Does it make noises?
He has a couple of squeakers in there.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Great.
Definitely.
Okay. I see some things way on the end.
Oh, this is a harness, and I was really going to talk about this later,
Okay,
but
well, you can.
this is there are so many new products on the market, and we are working a lot with dogs that pull, and
Wow.
pulling dogs tend to be an issue not only for the dog but for the owner. And this is one harness that has come out on the market that is easy to employ, pulls from the back so that the owner it's more traditional style in that regard, but does restrict the chest,
Right.
and allows the owner to walk more comfortably
Right.
down the street.
Now, I had bought Paco a harness when he was smaller because he pulls. And I needed to go to school to learn how to put the harness on him because people showed me, but I had a mental block to harnesses. So are some harnesses easier to put on than others?
Yes, and actually now some are color coded, so
For
that
dummies.
we
Harnesses
know
for
which
dummies.
strap goes where.
Okay.
And the management tools are really starting to become better and better out there.
Okay.
We have so many good things that keep them active and busy. That is one of the best new innovations. We have a product that is a jug that you can put kibble in, and so that you can just set it down on the ground and go away for 8 hours, and the dog feeds himself by
right, yeah.
playing with this toy.
That's neat.
And there are other what we call the load 'em up toys, and they just keep the dog active and busy and occupied for a longer period
Great.
of time.
Well, our time's just about up. And go down to Eric's store, Paddywhack. Everybody knows that he has these amazing toys. I hadn't been in there to look at toys for a long time. And I'm going, wow, this is really wild.
The cycles change about every year and a half, and of styles of toys, and we have a wonderful wave right now.
I also find interesting in this economy that you know how Americans love their dogs. And so the store is always busy, and I see you selling things, and so that's good. I like to see success in these economic times. Yeah, and you do have fun. I want to take a moment here to thank my underwriters, my sponsors, of course, Eric. Thank you so much for the show. And Tad, an incredible pharmacist in Clark's Markets in Basalt. And I thank Timbo for offering his toppings. And then we have these balloons that you've seen in back here, and these were brought to us by the Aspen Balloon Lady. I don't have my glasses on. Can you see that?
Yes. It's Penny Richley.
Penny. Right.
Yep.
And the phone number would be?
Her phone number is 925-6030.
And interestingly enough, when I was looking for balloons, and I looked in, pet party stuff and whatever, and there aren't that many balloon people in Aspen. In fact, I think she's just about the only one that I found. So her name is Penny.
Penny.
And yeah. And I also want to thank Scott
Thanks, Penny.
Alter, my wonderful dentist that makes my smile. And I want to thank the dogs for coming and giving us background noise of animals. They've been on before. They're very famous dogs, the Dulian dogs. So thank you so much for watching. We're going to have a part 2 to this program in innovative ways to train dogs and make them behave better, and I'm really looking forward to that one. So it's the beginning of spring. Have a great spring. Stay safe, and thank you for watching the Sandra Glosser Show and Grassroots TV.
Thank you, Sandra.
See you then. Thank you.